everyone, Jared Allen here. I wanted to take a few minutes here and give a shout out to the Atlas Foundation, Rachel Contracting, and Park Construction for receiving their Jensen Award for safety excellence. What a remarkable task in such crazy times, and thank you guys for working so hard to keep your employees safe. Football defense equals keeping people safe too. Congratulations.
Welcome everyone. This is our awards recognition for 2020. We're real excited to move forward with this. It's going to look a little different this year because it's not in person. It's been a difficult year with COVID, the government wanting to shut down construction and trying to keep construction open, and everyone, trying to get their written programs in place and trying to perform. And our industry, as well as our members, have performed extremely well. And I wanted to make sure that we went ahead with the awards. They didn't get postponed or delayed because we're out there working every day and doing the best we can, and we're performing very well. So I want to make sure that we still get an opportunity to showcase the talent and the people that are working so hard to accomplish the things that we do accomplish from year to year. So with that being said, the first segment we have is our Jeff Jensen Memorial Construction Safety Excellence Award. A little background on this: Jeff Jensen, as well as his father Keith, were the owners of J.R. Jensen in Superior, Wisconsin. I met Jeff back in the late 90s. He was unique to be on a safety committee because he was the owner of a construction company. He wasn't just a safety director, he was an owner of a company. And he was involved in the Duluth Safety Committee. We had a committee, the Duluth Safety Days, where we put on safety training webinars, walk-in person training at Duluth, the deck. And it was really important that we went out state and we had leaders out state. And Jeff chaired that committee and co-chaired it for many years. He spent about 2.5 decades working on that partnership up there in the northern half of the state, and it meant a lot to me. He would sit down and help us select what topics we were going to do that year, guest speakers and presenters were going to be, and he was there with a smile on his face every day. We lost Jeff in 2002, which was way too early. At that point in time, we put together this Memorial Construction Safety Excellence Award in Jeff's name. Win it each year. We've been doing it now. This is our 18th year. It's one that's really sought after, really recognized well within our industry, especially here in the Midwest. That's a little background on Jeff and how we started this award. The unique side of this award is for companies that are applying to try to win the award, they're competing. And they're competing in the size of their companies, which we call Category 1, which is up to 150,000 work hours. Category 2, which is from 150,000 up to 300,000. And then Category 3, which is 300,000, far up as they go as far as large companies. When we look at when they're competing in them categories, we're looking at the average number of hours that they invest annually in safety training. And that safety training is their craft employees, their supervisors and managers, as well as subcontractor employees that they spend training. And then we also look at who has the lowest experience modification rate and who has the lowest total recordable case incident rate. It's a pretty tough bar. There's only a few companies that have won it twice over the 18 years. A lot of people call me to remind me that they haven't won it, but it's a very competitive thing, which is great. And I'm sure that Jeff's looking down at us, he's thinking, wow, you guys have really run the wheels off this thing, and he's probably pretty proud of that fact. So it was a tough category for everyone this year because with COVID, a lot of the training got put off after March showed up. So if they got their training done, they got it done before March, or they had to go to online training. That being said, if I look at the small companies, the winner this year of the Jeff Jensen Award for the small companies, that is under 150,000 man hours, is Atlas Foundations. So we are really excited for Atlas to get this. They've been a long-time member of the AGC. They had what it took to win it this year. They had the best training hours, they had the best EMR in their category, and they performed extremely well. Once again, Category 1, congratulations, Atlas Foundation. When we look at Category 2, that's getting some pretty good sized companies. We're talking anywhere from 100,000 work hours to 300,000 hours. This year's winner is Park Construction. They did the best in that category as far as their mod rate, as far as their incident rate, as well as the amount of training that they accomplished this year. That's pretty unique, and they're another real long-time member, been at the AGC a long time. They were able to qualify and win this award, so we're extremely proud of them. They are also one of our Chase contractors, which is our Construction Health and Safety Excellence Partnership with OSHA. Park has had an opportunity to step up to the plate, and they've done extremely well. So once again, congratulations to Park. It's a great place to be at when it comes to working safely, and the award shows that. Now, Category 3 is a tough place to be because you're talking 300,000 man-hours, and it goes as high as it can go, which means I have some contractors that applied for this that went over 4.5 million man-hours, work hours. And when you're talking about competing with a company that has 3,000 work hours versus 4.5 million work hours, a company with 300,000 typically has about 2 people in the safety department, maybe even 1. When you get to the 4 and 5 million man hours, you're talking about anywhere from 20 to 25 people in the safety department. So to compete at this level, it's really tough because you're just up against companies that have such resources, and their ability to perform with them resources and to dedicate them resources in the training and in the safety is huge. So this year's winner at Category 3 is Rachel Contracting. Congratulations to Rachel. Put a lot of effort into it. They're also a member of the Chase partnership with OSHA here at the AGC. Perform extremely well, and they're at the lower end. Their man hours surely aren't in the millions, but they do really well with what they have, and this year they win it. I'm sure they're proud to get it, and we're excited that Donnie and his crew were able to get this award this year. So once again, to all 3 winners, I hope you put it out there on the shelf where people can see it and get it out on social media, because it's a big thing to us, and it's an honor giving you the award, and we appreciate everyone that participates every year to try to win this thing. I get a call from many of the people that don't win it. They keep wondering why they're not getting it, and they're getting close, but we can only award 3 of them, and we do appreciate everyone that makes a run at this year after year. Once again, congratulations. Good luck next year.
Hi there, this is Dick Bramer with the Minnesota Twins. And as you can see, unfortunately, I got another early start on my off-season beard this year. Hey, I wanted to congratulate all the AGC member Chase contractors for their awards on their superior safety and health programs and projects in the Minnesota construction industry. You know, in this day and age, safety and health are so critically important on so many levels. So congratulations on a job well done. And let's hope that in 2021, the health and safety protocols that we're practicing today will allow Twins fans, for instance, to be able to see their team at Target Field. Congratulations on a job well done. Everybody continue to be safe and healthy, and hopefully we'll see you at Target Field in 2021.
Next up is our Chase Awards. This is our Construction Health and Safety Excellence Partnership with Minnesota OSHA. It is the longest running partnership with Minnesota OSHA in the industry. We are in 17 years at this. In February, we'll start our 18th year. I started negotiating this partnership back in 2001. It took us about 2.5 years to get it through. We sat with the Deputy Commissioner and OSHA leadership, we being John Hoffert and John Jenkins and myself. We finally got it recognized, and this was going to be a partnership. Going into this, we had to understand that most partnerships run about 3 to 5 years, and they run their legs off from under them, and they no longer are viable after that. So for us to be in our 17th year is pretty exciting. to just go that long and have the success that we've had. We are just, delighted that we still have an opportunity to push this out there where people can see how well they perform and what's taking place within Chase. The partnership leadership team from OSHA, and I want to make sure that we don't forget these folks because they do an awful lot of work to make sure that we can keep this partnership strong and add a lot of value to the industry. Nancy Zencraft is the director of the partnerships, does a tremendous job, a lot of paperwork to make this thing work. And then also Lisa Hollingsworth, who is our principal. She is our investigator on the cooperative compliance part of the partnership. She does work for compliance. She's been in our industry a long time, and the contractors know her well. She came from the field, and I've been around her a long time, and she brings so much value to what we try to accomplish every year. Without these two ladies, we wouldn't be here as long as we have. So if you get a chance to shoot them an email, or if you see them, say hello to them and thank them for their efforts. We usually bring them in every year when we have the in-person awards, and you get a chance to mingle with them and get your picture taken, and I know it means a lot to everybody when they get a chance to thank them. So try to reach out and make sure they still know we appreciate their efforts. As we look on to what the Chase efforts look like, you'll see we have 17 years of information and data that takes us from when we started, when we signed our first agreements. The industry rate for incidents was 9.6. The AGC came in, we hand-selected 6 members, and our member contractors came in that first year with a group rate of 4.15. We were really good compared to the rest of the industry in our first year out, and we've been leading that way for quite some time. We finished last year with an industry rate of Chase members of 2.48, and that's with 44 contractors last year. We are currently at 45 contractors. We don't have the rates for Minnesota for 2019. They won't be out until November, so at this point in time, we always use the rates that are currently published, which is 4.9. So that puts us at 51% safer as a group than the Minnesota construction industry. When you really look at that, you have to understand that we're talking about, we performed 23,746,734 work hours with over 40 companies. Illness injury rate at 2.4 when the industry rate in 2018 was 4.9. So that's 51% safer than the rest of the industry. For those that have been around us a long time, you know that they try to get your numbers to move below a 2 and below a 1. It takes a great deal. Well, think about trying to do that with 40 plus companies. The previous year, we had our first run where we were at 1.97, which we were under 2. We added 11 new contractors, and naturally that pushed our rate up a little bit, but that's what the partnership is about. It's a mentoring partnership. It will take a few years with the new contractors to get everybody up to speed, get their rates to move in the direction that helps us all out. So with that being said, our general contractors, we had 14 of them. They performed at a group rate of 2.6, and the industry rate from BLS for Minnesota in 2018 was 4.7. So the general contractors as a group were 44.68% safer than the rest of the construction industry in Minnesota as far as generals, and they performed 7,093,963 hours. We're very proud of them. That's getting it done. Our highway heavy folks did extremely well. They performed there's 15 highway heavy contractors. They performed with a group incident rate of 2.3. The industry rate was 4.0, which was the lowest industry rate we've seen in highway heavy in any time that I can remember. And we still outperformed the industry as low as they were at 4.0 and us at 2.3. We were 42.5% safer than them, and we turned 6,462,000 work hours. So that group performed extremely well. And our specialty contractors, we had 13 of them. They were at 2.5. The specialty contractor rate was 5.2. So we were 51.92, almost 52% safer. And that was a large group. They performed 10,190,762 work hours. That's pretty unique when you look at it as a whole. That's a lot of work hours from 3 different groups that performed extremely well. They put the work in. And that's one of the things we always have with our discussions on the sites, Lisa and myself, is you have to do the work to get the results. And they're very proven with their results. One of the questions always asked, and people will say, what did you actually accomplish that helped you get to these numbers? You'll see again, as 23 million work hours, we did 12,636 new employee orientations. We did 4,921 near miss reports. We did 53,865 subcontractors, what we call all hands orientations. That means they come to the job site as subcontractors and they have to have first hour, first day orientations. Pre-task planning, JSAs and JHAs, you take all 3 of them together, and our contractors did approximately 234,364 pre-task plans. So it does show that to get to these numbers, you have to plan your day and you have to work your plan. As far as communications, when it comes to weekly toolbox talks, and some other companies do daily toolbox talks and meetings, we did 48,003 of them. And then daily stretching, we were stretching with people on job sites at a rate of 12,443 people stretching per week. That's a lot of stretching going on. Another thing that we do a great deal with is our total safety inspections done by safety department within a company, or safety managers, safety directors, site safety people. We did 23,216 inspections, and that's pretty formidable. But the next number is really the best number that we can produce, and that is we did 55,734 safety inspections done by the field supervisors and safety committee members. That's a whole different group of eyeballs out there looking at it. That's some real talent. These are people who work in the field every single day and have to communicate back and forth with the safety managers and the safety directors. That's a lot happening, and that's probably our biggest bang for the buck. It has been for many years. And then to top it off, we did 13,693 weekly safety inspections by subcontractors. And that's for the general contractors. In their contracts require their subcontractors to do weekly job site safety inspections and turn them in. And when you look at them numbers, it just shows you how hard we have to work to get to where we were at. When we started, these numbers were 3,000-4,000 inspections, and we thought that was pretty good at that point. But when you look at it this way, these are tremendous numbers. And they're only going to keep going because of the size of the partnership with 45 contractors involved. These numbers are going to really take off, and we're going to see the results of that. So we're going to go on and recognize the contractors that are in the partnership for this year. To start out with, A&P Construction, they've been in it since 2003. They were one of our original 6. They do extremely well for us. We're proud to have them on board. This year, they are performing at a level 2 contractor. They have had 2 level 3 projects in the past. We're looking forward to getting back to some level 3s with them. But they have led this thing from the beginning. One of the very first ones that we signed on, and I'm sure that when we first signed them up, they never thought we were going to be doing this 17 years later. So you can thank them that we're still here, because their performance helped us get there. Next on board was Belair Sitework Services. They are a level 2 contractor that qualifies for a level 3 project this year. So we're hoping that in the future we'll see a level 3 with them. I'm pretty sure we will. They came out of the Chase program in 2015. So they're doing really well. They have great numbers, and we're just looking for the right opportunity to move on to a level 3 site with them. Next up, Benike Construction out of Rochester. They've been with us in a Chase partnership since 2017. This is their first year with a level 3 project, so congratulations to them to step up to a level 3. They also have a level 3 project starting next week, so they'll have 2 of them on the boards. Right now, the one that's on the board is the Minimizer project down in Owatonna. It's a manufacturing facility, and it's a really nice project for us to be on, and we're excited for them to move on to a level 3. We're going to have another one start next week with them. They're on their way. We're real excited about their performance and what the future looks like for Benike Construction. Yeah, the other ones are the original 6 from 2004 are Bituminous Roadways. They perform extremely well. They are our first asphalt paving contractor to ever sign on to a level 3 project. They signed on to one last year, and they signed on to one this year. Be real excited to see which projects they'll pick up next year. This year, they signed on as a subcontractor to the Benike Company over on streets in Maplewood. Again, congratulations to Bituminous Roadways. Been a real strong leader for us in an industry that moves along pretty quick and a lot of times doesn't get the recognition because they're in and out. So congratulations, Bituminous. I'm looking forward to see where we end up next year. Next up, Bolander and Sons. Bolander's been with us since 2009. Some really good performers. They have a lot of level 3 projects every year. They play this thing at a level that grants them that. They've earned it. This year we've had 3 with Bolander level 3 projects. We had the 240 Park project with Kraus-Anderson. We had restoration hardware with J.E. Dunn. And we also had Pillsbury Hall at the University of Minnesota with J.E. Dunn. You can see that Bolander surely belongs and plays well in the big leagues. They get a lot of work at the level 3, especially contractor. They perform extremely well. Next up is the Boldt Company. Boldt's been with us since 2012. They do perform extremely well. They have a level 3 project they just came out of, which was at the Mayo Clinic, Mankato. They have a new project starting in a couple of weeks down in Cannon Falls on the dam, and they bring in a lot of Chase contractors down there with them. So we're real excited that they're going to continue in the Chase partnership at level 3. They got really good programs, really good communication. They spend a lot of time and effort making and getting it right. Once again, congratulations to Boldt. Pleasure working with them. Next up, Danny's Construction. I always chuckle about Danny's, and not that Danny's is anything funny. Is Danny's was the first steel erector ever in the partnership, and they were the first steel erector ever to make level 3 projects. And that's the part where I chuckle, because I had people tell me, you're never going to get an iron worker that's going to work at level 3. Because to get the world class is just, it's too difficult, and you're not going to get them. Well, we've had them there, and we've had them at level 3 for many years. So they've earned everything that's come their way as far as recognition. They are on 2 projects this year, the Viking Hotel down in Egan, as well as restoration hardware with J.E. Dunn. So they're working both at Kraus-Anderson and J.E. Dunn, and they really outperform themselves in the industry. They're industry leaders when it comes to steel erection and craning activities. We're real excited to keep them on our side and in the leadership role in which they've earned. Next up, Donlar Construction. Donlar came about last year for us in the Chase Partnership 2019. General contractor, have made some really good strides in the first year. I think we'll have them at level 2 shortly, and hopefully work our way to a level 3 project with them. They perform really well for us, and we've had an opportunity to walk the site quite a few times with them. We're also going to do quite a few here. We're going to try to walk with them on sites about every 3 or 4 weeks here throughout the winter and throughout the spring. Just trying to, they're right on the edge of level 2, and they got there in 1 year. And that's unique. Usually it takes a couple years to get from level 1 to level 2, and they're gonna get there extremely fast. So we're excited for them, and they've been a nice addition to us and to our partnership. So once again, thank you to Donlar Construction. Next up is ECSI, System Integrators. They've been with us since 2012. They are the low voltage specialists, and they do extremely well. And they've had level 3 projects for like 3 years in a row. You show me companies that are low voltage that specialize in that, can perform at this level, and I'll sign one up every time you show them to me. They were at the Vikings Hotel down in Egan, and we're real excited to have them. We have Hunt Electric. Hunt Electric's been with us since 2008. They are another specialty contractor that really outperforms that part of the industry. They have level 3 projects all the time for us. They're just so strong within that part of the electricians and them folks in that part of the industry. They're just perform so well, and they're very good communicators. They work well with other trades, and this year we had them at Canal Park doing the lighting up in Duluth. We had them over at the Viking Hotel, and you keep hearing the Viking Hotel because when we get to Kraus-Anderson, I'll kind of explain that one to you, because we set some records on that project that we're very proud of. So once again, thank you, Hunt, for your leadership, and we appreciate the direction that you've taken the subcontractors here at the AGC. Next up, Egan. Egan Company joined last year. They came in very strong, came in at level 2 right out of the gates, and they have just qualified for their first level 3 project, which we will get signed here in the next week or so. We're moving real big and fast. If you've worked with them and alongside them, you understand how that's possible. They earn their way. They have really good systems. They have really good communication. They're really good educational programs for their employees. They perform extremely well. And the big generals as well as the smalls like to have them. They enjoy having them around. They are just really good performers when it comes to the work that they do. So congratulations, Egan. Frattalone Companies just joined, came back to the AGC. We're excited to have them back. They've always been a real strong player in our industry when it comes to utilities, when it comes to demolition and excavation. They were one of our original Chase members way back in 2004. They're very familiar with it. They came in with a real strong program, so they're already at level 2. Sure, after a year's time, they will have level 3 projects. We're just real excited to have them back. Like I say, they perform extremely well. They've been on a lot of our big projects lately. We're looking forward to where the future will be with Frattalone Excavating. Next up, J.E. Dunn Construction. J.E. Dunn has been with us a long time, 2004. They were also one of the original 6. And they like level 3 projects. They like to stack them up like cordwood. They perform extremely well. They were real leaders this year, helping us with COVID and written programs and sharing what they were doing nationwide. They just did so much for us. And this year they've had 3 projects at level 3. The Restoration Hardware, Pillsbury Hall at the U, and now we have the Fairview Southdale expansion project. We're real pleased to have them on board, and we thank them for their leadership. We look forward to having them helping us with our direction and staying focused as we move forward. Next up is Kelleher Construction. They came last year in 2019. They are one of our masonry contractors. They've done a good job. They've been at it a year. It's going to take them a while to move up, because that's what it does. I mean, that's what the partnership's about, is mentoring companies from one level to the next and then eventually getting them to a level 3 project. We're glad to have them. They're doing well, right with them. We're hoping to move them right along, hopefully get them up to level 2 soon. The next one on is Kramer. They also came in last year in 2019. Very strong program. They were our first bridge builder in the sense that that's the major thing that they do is bridges and road work. They came in strong with a level 2 program. We're hoping to move them on to a level 3 project soon. They're good. They're not just good on paper, but they're good in performance when you go see them. We're glad to have them. We have a real strong presence in the road building and in the Chase partnership, and they just help solidify that for us. Kraus-Anderson. Kraus-Anderson's been with us since 2012. As I said before, they have multiple level 3 projects. They have the 240 park in downtown Minneapolis. They had the Viking Hotel take and sign them onto the Larkin, which is another project in downtown Minneapolis. The reason I kind of chuckle a little bit when I said Kraus-Anderson is they broke a record this year which had stood for about 9 years, and that is they had more chase contractors on the Viking Hotel. They had a total of 6 contractors on site, 4 which were level 3s besides themselves, and then they brought on 2 level 2 contractors from Chase. And we've never had a level 3 project with that many Chase participants. It looks really good to the owners, and the team performs really extremely well. We're pretty excited. They broke a long-standing record that had been out there for about 9 years. We got there this year, and we're pretty excited about that. For them to bring on that many subcontractors that are in that safety leadership role was pretty important for our industry to see that and to get the recognition that we can perform at that level. So once again, thank you, Kraus-Anderson. Next up is Lakehead Constructors, Superior. Lakehead has been with us since 2011. They are a really solid player for us. They are a level 2 contractor that does qualify for level 3 projects. They do work all over the state with a lot of their work in the northern half of the state. Really good programs. They got a team that's been in place for a long time. They perform so many different types of work. I've been in power plants with them. They do places that I don't go, into the mines and underground mines and things of that nature. Their safety is really, really good. The way they perform it and the way their people are involved in it and the way it's communicated on the site is pretty impressive. And we're hoping to just find the right project where we can move a level 3 outstate with them, and hopefully we'll see that in 2021. Once again, congratulations, Lakehead Constructors. Next up is Lametti Sons. They've been with us since 2016. They're a level 2 contractor. They do utilities and deep excavations. Some good programs in place. We're hoping to get them to a level 3 project soon. We'll see how that works and what the schedule is, but we're looking forward to getting to a level 3 project with them. Do a good job for us, and we're glad to have them on board. Black Constructors, been with us since 2011. Probably have to put them in the category of one of the most improved general contractors in the Chase partnership over the last year. Black took on a level 3 project last year, and since then they've actually taken on another one, and we're going to actually sign a third one with them, but we have 2 right now. The Bloomington Richfield High School, which is finishing up, and then we also have a maintenance facility with light rail, and we're also going to be doing one in North Minneapolis for the impoundment lot. So there's going to be 3 level 3s with Black. So to go from a level 2, and I always challenge the level 2 contractors that let's do a level 3 next year. For them to pull 3 of them out of their hat and perform that well with 3 of them is pretty exciting stuff for us. And like I say, I put them in that category of one of our most improved general contractors for this year. Next up, Mathiowez Construction out of Sleepy Eye. Been with us since 2013. They were so important to the Chase partnership. I say it every year, but I can't really emphasize how important they were. They were the first highway heavy contractor to take a level 3 project. And it took a lot of years to convince someone in highway heavy to bite onto the Chase partnership at level 3. Because level 3, you get to see OSHA, Lisa and myself, about every 19 days. And that's a lot of visits. They came in at a level 3 years ago in Bingham Lake. And then they also came back following 2 years, and we had them at New Ulm on Highway 15. And then this year we got them up in Nicollet, right out of Cortland, Minnesota. So they've had 3 level 3 projects in a row, and we couldn't get a highway heavy contractor to take a level 3. So it was so important to get someone that would stand up and take that leadership role on the highway heavy, on the bridge side, and on the road side, and take it to a level 3. And they were the first ones to accomplish it, and they just keep accomplishing it every single year. It's big, and it speaks very highly of the Mathiowez family and their team and what they put together. I'm really proud of them. I spent a great deal of time with training when we first started working with them down there to have them move along. We started this in 2013, and now they're one of the best we got. Congratulations, Mathiowez. Next up, they came along last year, CS McCrossin. Boy, we were excited to get them. They have a program, I'm telling you. They have the resources, they have the people, they have the knowledge, and it just took a little while to convince them that Chase is where they belong, and let's get them there and get the recognition. I've been really impressed when I walked their projects, and they have now been at it for a year. So they qualify for level 3 with their numbers and with their experience. I'm hoping to have a level 3 with them real soon. In the spring of the year, most likely will be the start of a new project, and we'll have a level 3 with McCrossin, and it'll be well deserved. I really want to thank their team for coming on board. When you start stacking up that much talent in highway heavy, it's really going to make a difference, and we're excited that they're on our team. Next up, new this year to us, McNamara Contracting. They came in at level 2. They had some really good programs in place. They got a ways to go, but again, they've only been with us for one season. We have high expectation for them, and I'm sure that they'll meet them expectations. And we're really looking forward to having them around. They perform well. The more we're around them, and the more they're around us, we'll build a relationship that'll be meaningful for both the industry and for their organization. We're happy to have them. Once again, thank you, McNamara Contracting. Meyer Contracting, they've been with us since 2018. They started out a level 2 contractor because of the quality of the safety programs and the talent they have on board. They were real unique in the sense that they did start out at level 2, being heavy contractors, both deep excavations, some bridge work, and some freeway and highway work. So they were unique in that aspect. But they came in, and right away, their second year, they qualified for level 3 project, did extremely well with that, and then this year they pulled off another level 3 project that we have over in Minnetonka. So they've had 2 of them back-to-back with us. For one of the younger companies in that business around, they have really started on the right foot with the partnership. To have 2 level 3s under their belt, they've only been with us since 2018, is pretty remarkable. When I look at highway heavy, that's some pretty good performance, and that's why our numbers look the way they do as a group, because of the leadership that's in the highway heavy side. Next up is MJ McGrath, Architectural Glass and Glazing. They've been with us since 2014. Really strong safety program, really strong safety culture. Level 3 projects, one after another, for quite a few years. They were at Ryan's project over in Roseville, Colder Products, and they were also down at the Hyatt House with PCL in Rochester this year. They really perform well, and we're glad to have them. To have someone that is doing glass and glazing in level 3 and being a Chase program from that trade is unique, and we appreciate everything that they do within the partnership. We also have one of their companies, which is MG McGrath Architectural Surfaces. They've been with us since 2014, and they just keep stacking up level 3 projects also. They've been on the Ryan project as well as the PCL Hyatt House in Rochester, along with the Glaziers. The hard surfaces and the Glaziers, they do extremely well. Like say, level 3 every year, multiple level 3s. They work for the big generals all over the country, and they got an outstanding program. You know, we're talking about people that spend an awful lot of time working off the ground and working in lifts. To pull that off day after day, it takes a great effort, and they show it to us. So we're extremely proud to have them in our partnership, and look forward to our next level 3 project with them. Next up, Minger Construction. They are another one of our excavating and grading contractors, as well as deep excavations and boring. Been in it since 2018. They are a level 1 contractor, right on the edge of being a level 2 contractor. They're working their way up. They're making some big strides, and we're hoping to get them to level 2 in this season yet, or if not this season, the beginning of next season. They're earning their way around, and they perform really well, and they're a pleasure to work with, and we're looking forward to getting them to level 2. Minger Construction. Thank you. Next up is Minnesota Paving and Materials. Since 2006, they started out as Hard Drives, and since have changed their name and been acquired. They have really good systems in place. They are a large pavement contractor with a lot going on. And they had their first level 3 project. They're a subcontractor down in Nicollet, over in Cortland, Minnesota, on the Nicollet County project with Mathiowez. And we're real excited about getting that because that's our first level 3 with them. They're only our second asphalt paving contractor to reach level 3 in the Chase partnership. So we're really excited for them, and we look forward to many in the future. Next up is Mortenson Construction. They've been at this thing since 2004 with us. They were, again, one of our original 6. Level 3 projects, one after another. As soon as we can finish them out, we bring on another one on board. They are such mentors to the subcontractors. When you look at all these subcontractors that we have within the Chase partnership, 90% of them have been mentored through Mortenson, as well as Kraus-Anderson and A&P. I mean, these generals have really done an extremely exceptional job of bringing these other contractors along and building such a strong team in projects. This year, they had 2 projects with us. To start out with, we finished up, we had Graco up in Rogers, Minnesota, and then we had Boston Scientific up in Maple Grove, and now we're signing on to 2 new ones with Mortenson, and we'll be starting them at Fort Snelling. Actually started a week ago with us. And we have another one coming up with the Discovery down in Rochester, which is our second level 3 project with Discovery Square in Rochester with Mortenson. And when you go outstate and they start mentoring outstate contractors, it's huge for us. The partnership really grows, and it really shows how well they do. Thank you, Mortenson, for your leadership and being in this thing for the long haul. Next is Northland Concrete and Masonry. They've been with us since 2012. They're a real solid level 2 contractor. We're going to get them to level 3. We're right on that edge of being at the top of our game at level 2 and just getting the right level 3 project for them to sign on to. We'll get them there. They deserve to be there. They do extremely well. They do well with the COVID. They keeping their people healthy. They do real well with the silica and the systems that they put into place. They're a real pleasure to work around. Some real talent within that organization at the field level that we run into. So once again, thank you and congratulations to Northland Concrete and Masonry. Park Construction, they've been with us since 2017. Came in really strong at a level 2. They've also taken on level 3 projects with us. We've had a level 3 project with Manning Trail, which started last year and finished this year. And we're looking forward for our next level 3 project with Park. They do a lot of training. My Lord, they do a lot of training. We have had an opportunity to walk to many of their sites. They're involved in the leadership here at the AGC and on our boards. They belong in Chase. Level 3 projects are just natural for them. They'll stack them up one after another now that they've gotten going with them. So we're looking forward to that. They put the work in. They've shown us that they belong at level 3, so I'm sure we'll see them again. Another one of our long-term players, been around in that original group, close to the first 6 or 8, and this is Parsons Electric. They've been with us since 2005. Level 2 every year. Level 3 every year. They stack level 3s up like no one else. It's hard to imagine that a contractor can have so many level 3s and be a specialty contractor, but we've had them this year. We had them with the RJM project up in Andover, and we also had them with the project down in Mankato with Boldt. They really perform extremely well. We got them signed up, some new projects coming up. We're looking forward to getting them signed on. We have the paperwork for a couple more, and they just continue to really shine. And once again, congratulations to Parsons Electric. PCL, been with us since 2016. They have their first level 3 project this year. The project went extremely well for us. It's just finishing up now. So we're just looking for our next level 3 project. A great job of mentoring. They mentor a lot of contractors, subcontractors out in Rochester that aren't AGC members, that aren't in the Chase partnership, but they bringing them along and helping them perform. And we're seeing some real revenue in the sense of getting them, when I say revenue, building them relationships that mean so much for us. And we're going to see some great things from PCL in this marketplace. They're a real strong player. And like I say, they reach out and they touch contractors that we don't always see. And that's important to have that leadership and that mentorship that they provide for us. So once again, congratulations to PCL Construction. Great project, great year. Q3 Contracting, been with us since 2009. Their third year on level 3 projects. They do high pressure gas mains and a multi-service contractor from the standpoint of that type of work. Excavations, utilities, locations for services, they touch it all. And they deserve to be a level 3 contractor. They have so much training for the type of work that they do. They perform real well for us. We're excited that they've been with us on 3 different level 3 projects. They've earned their wings. They've proven to us that they belong here. To have someone on the gas side of this is huge. Congratulations, Q3 Contracting. Next up is Rachel Contracting since 2018. Had a level 3 project this year with RJM up in Andover at the community center. We're real excited with the efforts that they put in. They were also one of our recipients of the Jensen Award. Right now they're just kind of stacking up the trophies and they're well deserved. And we're real excited that they're in our program and that they bring so much to the table for us. So once again, congratulations to Rachel Contracting. Next up is Ramsey Companies. Been with us since 2017. Trying to get to a level 3 with them. We're right at the cuff of getting on the level 2. We got the systems in place and the training in place, and they did a lot of training this year. Some of it done before COVID, and the rest of us, they struggled trying to complete it all when COVID hit us, but they're still trying to chase after it and get it done. They're a growing company. They got a lot of projects with us. They do a lot of excavations and demolition, and they perform well for us. We're going to get them there probably this year. We'll reach out and move that, just that little bit more that we need to be a level 2. There'll be a solid level 3 here shortly, probably a year and a half. Congratulations, Ramsey Companies. We're proud to have you in the program. Good luck moving on up to level 2. Next up is Rice Lake Construction Group. Been with us since 2018. A lot of training within this organization. They've also taken on 2 level 3 projects, which is pretty darn good. You start out at level 2 in 2018 and you've already gotten 2 level 3 projects going. They have a pump station they're doing with Met Consol down in Bloomington, and they're also working with LS Black over at the maintenance facility for light rail. So they got signed on to 2 level 3s, many more in their future. They just perform well. They get it. They spend a great deal of time working it and getting it right. They're really good at listening and paying attention to suggestions and building the things that they need to build. They were really good this year with their COVID plan. They were good in their communities. They were donating respirators to the hospitals and to the clinics for COVID. We're just really proud to have them because they stepped up across the board. It's not every day that you can look at a company and say, you got to put the effort in, and they did. They not only put the effort in, but they led. And leadership in this industry is something we're really proud to recognize, and we want to thank them once again, Rice Lake Construction Group. Next up is RJM Construction. Been with us since 2015. Last year I said they were the most improved general contractor I saw last year. And this year they just keep doing 1 level 3 project after another. They're really exciting to be around. We had them down at the Hero Center in Cottage Grove. We got them a new home at the Rec Center right now. We just finished up in Andover at the Community Center as well as the Public Works Garage. And we just signed a project with them, started this week with Duffy Paper project downtown Minneapolis. So that's 4 level 3s in 1 year. That's making some strides. To go from a level 2 contractor on to level 3 and then just keep stacking them up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like I say, they were the most improved I had last year, and they just keep moving forward. Another great leadership within the projects. They're not afraid to get their subcontractors involved and to help them manage their safety programs as well as elevate their programs. They have done so much with the COVID-19, with the screening process, with the questionnaires, temperature scanning. They just do it all. And they've had so much success at it this year that really helped breed success for others. They've mentored many of our other contractors in getting the questionnaires moved over to QRCs and just making it easier to track and understand what the projects were doing. This industry in Minnesota has performed so well under COVID, and it's because of companies like this that have put the effort in, not only to protect their employees and the people visiting their sites, but to take the time to help protect other contractors when they call and ask, how did you get there? They continue to just be so strong for us, and we're really excited that they have moved at the level they're moving at, and it kind of seems a little bit like the speed of light to me because they've come along so quick. RGM Construction, they mean a lot to me, and I appreciate their efforts. Next up is Orion Construction, been with us a long time, since 2008. Level 3 projects every year. Last year, parking ramp at Wells Fargo. This year, up in Roseville at the Colder Products. Really good at mentoring, really good at safety. They know how to manage projects, they know how to communicate on projects, and we got another one starting in Woodbury soon. So they are a level 3 contender. They will always be a level 3 contender. They just have so many things going for them, and we're really excited having them in the Chase partnership. Next up is Saline Brothers, Holly, Minnesota. They are one of our grading, excavating, and utility contractors. Been in a long time, since 2006. They were probably in the first 10 that we had. Between 8 and 10. That's when they came in. They work outstate in an environment that's much different than some of the stuff that we see here as far as competition and the type of work that they do. They do everything from highway heavy to deep underground. They perform extremely well for us. They're a level 2 contractor that qualifies for level 3 status. At some point, we'll find a job that works good for them for level 3. We're real proud of the efforts that they put in. Our outstate contractors mean a lot to us, and when they perform well, the OSHA sees it, we see it, and we're real appreciative to their efforts. It's a little harder to get level 3s because they're so far out, but we'll get it done. We'll figure it out, and they'll be there because they earned it, and they could have been level 3 anytime last year or this year. We just got to get the right project for them, and we'll make that happen. Once again, thank you, Saline Brothers. Shaw Lundquist came about last year, 2019. They already moved from a level 1 to a level 2 this year. Really good programs, working hard to move up. They're already hoping that they got to go 1 year at level 2, keep their numbers where they're at, and they'll qualify for level 3 next year. They're going to get there and get there really fast. They're doing a lot of things really good. They have an excellent COVID program. They have excellent signage on their projects. Projects are safe. Their audits look really good. They do a great job of communicating. They do an excellent job of managing their subcontractors, educating their subcontractors, and making sure that their projects run like a partnership should. We're excited that they came on last year, and Shaw Lundquist is gonna they're gonna make a heck of a name for themselves when it comes to the Chase partnership. And we're glad to have them. Their numbers are going to help all of our numbers look better. Next up is Souls Steel Erectors. Souls was a level 2 contractor for quite a few years. They came to us in 2013, and then all of a sudden they decided that they want to be a level 3 project contractor, and since then they've taken on 3 this year alone. We're really excited to have them and Danny's both lead the way in steel erection, both level 3 contractors, and the effort that they put in that industry really shows, and it proves that once again we can take steel erection and we can take them craning activities and we can operate in a real safe manner. They've had 3 projects with us this year, once again up with RJM, the Andover project, They are now with J.E. Dunn down in Fairview, Southdale project. And they also were up at Canal Park in Duluth. It's been a really busy year for them with level 3 projects. We're real happy that they've made that jump to level 3, and I think they'll be there for quite some years. So thanks again, Souls. As we move closer to the final few contractors that we have, next one is really special. It's Vite Companies. Vite was one of our original from 2003. Out of the original 6, most of them were general contractors. Vite along with Bituminous Roadways were the few that were in it from the beginning as a specialty contractor. They've had an extraordinary safety plan. Their program, the amount of training they do for the size of the company and the amount of people that they put through training, it's huge efforts that they put out, and it's huge results. They were unique this year. They broke a record. They signed on to more chase projects than anyone, as far as they were a general contractor on 3 projects, and then they had 4 projects where they signed on as subcontractors. So they've had 7 projects, pictures for 6 of them, and the 7th one is just getting signed right now. We've had them in Duluth, we had them at Split Rock campgrounds, we had them in Maplewood in the streets, we had them in New Ulm with RJM, we had them with Mortenson up at Boston Scientific in Maple Grove, we had them at Graco, and now we're going to have them in Cannon Falls, the dam projects. So they broke a record, and they performed so well. They take on that many projects themselves. That's real impressive that for a subcontractor. We're not talking about a general, we're talking about a sub. But they did act like a general on 3. They performed as a general on 3 of the 7 projects. So it's a unique place for them to be. Man, they're doing extremely well, and we're gonna do nothing but keep piling projects on, because I can just see it at the level in which they participate. That's unique for us. So congratulations, Vite. One heck of an effort, not just to break that record for us for subcontractors. I mean, you're right up there with the record that KA did for a general contractor, but it's a pretty good year for us when you look at everything that happened this year. To be able to have a general and a sub both break records in this partnership is a lot, and it means a lot to us. So congratulations and thank you. Next up is Vic's Crane, Heavy Haul. Been with us since 2017. I hand selected them, as many people know. When I retired from the crane side of the industry, I wanted to make sure that we had a leader in the crane and heavy haul side of this that could qualify for the Chase partnership, and they definitely qualify. And they also are not only a level 2 contractor, but they qualify for level 3. They've been qualified for level 3 for quite a few years. The trouble when you're in the crane industry is you're not one place really long enough to sign on to something. It has to be a pretty large project to get signed on to it. So we may get there at some point, but they perform well enough that they could be a level 3 contractor on anyone's job site, and they're always going to perform extremely well. They are the only crane rental company that we have in a Chase partnership. They've worked extremely hard to lead this way, and I'm real excited that they're in here. I'm glad that they're following in the footsteps that a lot of us work so hard at on the crane side of things, and to know that we have someone out there that's still in a leadership role with cranes is pretty great, and we're glad to have them. Vic's Crane, once again, thank you. Surely not a company that anyone can take for granted, and this is Weiss Builders. They've been with us since 2012. Man, they perform, and they perform in an area that is, there's a lot of different style contractors that play in that realm, and they build a lot of multi-level, multi-family residential units and units with commercial on lower levels and retail on the lower levels, and underground parking and residential housing and stick frame, and their subcontractors are from all over the place. And when you go out on their sites, they're really impressive. They've had level 3s in the past. They are a level 2 contractor that qualifies for level 3s anytime they want to take them on. They work all over the state for us. They perform extremely well. They're really good programs. Their mentoring of the subcontractors is huge. They work extremely hard for our industry as a whole. They fill just a real void for us when it comes to that wooden frame structures and multifamily structures on them big units. They have a niche, and they're in an area where we need some leadership, and they're the right ones to be there because they provide the leadership this industry needs in that side of it, and we're really proud of them. That being said, that's our Chase Contractors. Like I say, we're in the 40s, and we just signed on to number 45 as far as our partnership. You know, we started this thing, I thought we'd probably get to 12. I never thought we'd get to 20, so here we are at 45. It's been a tough year. It's been a tough year for our industry. But to have this group mentor each other and mentor the people around them and to stay cohesive in the message that we send help keep our industry going this year. When everyone from local government to federal government that thought that we should shut construction down, this group helped prove them wrong. And it really showed that with the right amount of leadership and the right amount of companies that you can provide safe workplaces, you can get your employees and their families to stay safe, and we can get through this. That being said, I wish we were together this year. I understand that that's not going to be possible, but you all earned the recognition that was put forward here today, and we surely appreciate it, and we look forward to 2021. Thank you.